Do you find that you're continually emotionally drained at work and things tend to get you down a little bit too much? Are you one of these people who hides from their emotion because you've been taught to leave them at the door? Well, this week I want to have an important conversation with you as we continue to look at the 4 different types of resilience by giving you some key strategies to work with that. Hi, this is Grant Herbert, leadership and sustainable performance coach. And today I'm going to talk about emotional resilience and why it's essential for navigating challenges and stress effectively. In the fast-paced world we live in, especially at work, emotional resilience is a skill we all need to develop. So a couple of weeks ago when we started this conversation around resilience, I set a benchmark understanding around what resilience is and what it isn't. And it's not about toughening up. And we talked about those things. And if you haven't heard that one yet, go back and you can go through that. But today I want to begin by defining emotional resilience. It refers to your ability to adapt, to recover, and even grow stronger when faced with challenges, stress, and adversity. You know, it's not about ignoring disruptive emotions, but rather learning to navigate them in more healthy and productive ways. So today I want to give you 8 key strategy areas to work on so that you can develop more emotional resilience. All these strategies come from emotional intelligence, which is your ability to recognize what's going on for you emotionally, to give that a helpful self-talk and inner dialogue, and then to work through that emotion in a way that's good for you, good for others, and good for the greater good. Not being able to have those skills is what causes this problem in a lack of emotional resilience. So the first thing that you need to do is cultivate self-awareness. As I said right up front, a lot of people ignore their emotions, or they're being told that they're not allowed to be emotional. That is impossible. We're an emotional being. However, because of that, a lot of people don't have or have not had the ability to develop these skills because they don't see them as important. So therefore, emotions creep up on them and the result is not what they want. So self-awareness allows you to know what's going on internally. It gives you a start point where you can then practice the other skills that I'm going to talk about. To do that, you have to be able to know what an emotion is. And an emotion is a physiological cue that's going on in your body that says, hey, there's something going on in your world right now. How you interpret that and the dialogue that you put around that, filtered through all your identity and those areas that we've worked on, will determine what you do with it. So the first thing you need to do is notice in the moment what's going on. So you have to have that level of self-awareness. Mindfulness can also help with this, to allow you to stop and just let all that noise disappear and go, hey, what's going on for me right now? So that's the first thing, is to get a level of self-awareness. The second thing is to develop emotional navigation skills. So we want to be able to notice the emotion. We then want to be able to give it a name and understand which emotion it is. And then we need to know how to navigate that emotion and take it through to the result that you want. Now, we all navigate our emotions anyway. It's something that we do, but not always in a way that gets you the result that you want. So I'm talking about being able to navigate an emotion that gives you a healthy result. And then the third thing is to build a strong support network. We all need in our life. None of us can succeed alone. And particularly in the context of emotional regulation, we need people in our life that it's okay to speak to about things we're not feeling good about. It's okay to be negative. It's okay to have a pity party and to allow someone to listen to you through your lens every now and then. Also, having people to support you as you are going through times where there might be a lot of stress and adversity in your life. So build a strong support network by realizing that it's okay to ask for help. It's okay not to be okay. And therefore, vulnerability will allow you to build the right people in that network. The next thing is to set boundaries and to prioritize self-care. You and I all need to have boundaries that are connected to the results that we want, the outcomes we want, our own priorities and values that says, hey, this is the way you're allowed to work with me. You also need to set boundaries around your own behavior. And particularly in the area of self-care, this is going to help you with your emotional resilience. Making sure that you realize that self-care is not selfish. It's something that you need so that you can be who you need to be physically, emotionally, mentally, and socially without burning out. Number 5 is to practice more problem solving and to be more flexible. So looking at things as not being overwhelming, but an opportunity to work the problem out and to develop that resilience to push through in a healthy way when problems arise. Being adaptable and flexible to shift and move with the fast pace of change in today's world will also help you to build up that emotional resilience. Number 6 is to develop a growth mindset. Having a mindset that says, I want to change, I want to grow. When you have that, it enables you to look at every problem that you're going through, every emotionally charged situation as you're going through, as an opportunity to learn and to grow. Life is never going to be a utopia where there's no challenges, no problems. It's always going to give you the opportunity to learn and to grow. Seeing setbacks as something that help you to grow is part of that growth mindset. Now, it's not about ignoring the fact that things go wrong. It's not a positive mindset alone that says, I don't see stoplights when I go downtown, I just see go lights, as my great friend Ziggy Ziglar says. It's about being able to recognize that you have everything within you and around you to be who you need to be. However, there's things that you need to learn along the way. And growth is vitally important to you and for what it is that you're doing in the world. Number 7 is to maintain optimism and to be positive. Now, we're not talking about ignoring the reality here. In fact, in the work that I do in the 26 competencies of emotional and social intelligence, this competency is called realistic optimism. So it's okay to recognize that things go wrong, that things are the way they are, but to see the other end, to be optimistic about the result rather than falling back into that negative world of woe is me, there's no way we can go through this. Being positive, looking at the things you are grateful for. A lot of people use gratitude journals and they start their day by looking at what they're grateful for. You know, for me, I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful for my wife, my kids, my family. I'm grateful for the fact that I live in a country where I'm able to have what it is that I have. So when you are trapped in that negative, it has an effect on the emotion that you go through. Whereas positive, will lift you up and get that serotonin flowing. And then number 8 is to continue professional development, just like you're doing here. It's to be able to realize that you're on a journey and there are things that you need to work on. You know, you may need to work with someone to develop these emotional intelligence skills. You may need to get someone like me to come in and work with you and your team. Whatever it is, look at the fact that you're on a journey and you don't know it all and you need to grow into these areas. Means that you will prioritize your own professional development. So there you have 8 key areas of strategy that you can work through to be able to give you that emotional resilience. Emotions are there for a purpose. They're there to serve you. So being able to learn how to navigate them in a healthy way will allow you to sustain the performance that you need to be able to get everything done in your day that you need to get done, and to have enough energy to be who you want to be when you get home. A lot of people that I get to deal with every day are emotionally drained. And it's because they don't have these skills and they allow themselves in their internal dialogue and in their conditioning to stay in negative environments and to see things through that lens. However, with emotional resilience and developing these skills, you're going to put yourself up there and allow yourself to sustain for longer periods of time and therefore get the results you want. Well, that's it from me for another week. Join me again next week as we continue this conversation around these 4 types of resilience by looking at your mental resilience. I'll see you then.